Hi, it's Dr. Pig, the psychiatrist, and I've come here today to discuss the so-called anti-psychiatry movement. The reason I bring this up now is that today was the first day of the American Psychiatric Association's esteemed annual meeting, and I went there in a good mood, just looking forward to spending some quality time with my psychiatrist peers, to having some warm and intimate conversations with the lovely, young, tender drug representatives, and to eating a fantastic gourmet lunch paid for by Big Pharma. And who ruined it for me? None other than a group of anti-psychiatry patients on the sidewalk outside of the conference center. They made me sick. They were screaming with megaphones about how the life-saving drugs that I prescribe are backed by false science and shorten the life expectancy, how the FDA is a shill organization for the pharmaceutical industry, how the journal articles that I read are ghost-written and little more than industry propaganda, how the chemical imbalance theory has been disproven by Nobel Prize winners, and how the psychiatric diagnoses that are my daily bread and butter are arbitrary, unreliable, and fundamentally lacking in validity. And they had the goddamn nerve to be handing out flyers with solid, peer-reviewed references to back up their points. Well, let me tell you, who the hell do they think they are? I yelled at them that if they were on my unit, I'd have them all put in restraints and injected with Haldol. But that only riled them up to new levels of mental illness. So I disengaged from their madness and came here instead. And now I'd like to reply to their criticisms, calmly and rationally. And what I'd like to say is that if they really believe that all that garbage they're spouting is such a human rights emergency, as they call it, then I would invite any of them, any single one of them, to come individually to meet with me in the emergency room attached to my psychiatric hospital and to present their arguments to my clinical intake team. We're highly trained and fully licensed to assess the reality of their delusions. And, assuming they have the proper health insurance, I give my full assurance that we'll treat them with the best that modern, compassionate medicine has to offer. And just to show you how much we care, even if they don't have health insurance, we'll treat them anyway. And they can always pay the bill later.